you think? Should we accept the disability, in this case, the visual disability, or should we adapt to the disability? I don't know about you, but for me, I have adapted to the disability, right? Welcome back to Blind with a Vision. Anna here, sharing another video from Anna's World. And wow, today responding and commenting on this interesting and controversial topic. Oh my gosh, I just did my video for Spanish and I thought I would also do this video in English. And I know you guys have, we have done have talked about this on Clubhouse, and it was very controversial, right? Some people gets offended about the fact that I say that I have adopted and I do not believe about the acceptance. Well, I'll go ahead and share with you, right? The first thing that I was saying in my Spanish video is like, okay, let's review the stages of the grieving process, right? So we can understand, or you guys can understand where I'm coming from, right? So, I mean, we already know, most of us know about the grieving process and the stages and how this was created by this lady. And it was initially created with 5 stages. Now they have added 2 more, and then now there is 7. And the stages of the grieving, well, we already know that one of the most difficult grieving situations has to do with, losing someone, dying, right? But this model of the grieving process was, I guess, help to understand different losses, right? Like when you lose your job, when you lose not only lose a loved one, but you divorce, husband, wife, just different kind of I guess losing. But when we are talking about having a disability, losing your sight, it is like someone died. From my point of view, like one of my friends who is 80 and he went blind at age 35, and he went to the Vietnam War. I remember him always telling me, Anna, someone who lost a loved one, I know it's painful. He goes, I have lost myself, family members, but it's not that you get used to it. I mean, you just keep going on. But when we go blind, you have to live the loss 24/7, 365. And not until you go through the whole grieving process, you learn how to live with it, right? Either you accept it or you adapt to it. And I know my friend, he said he accepted it. For Anna, that's not the case, right? So let's go back to the grieving process, right? Nowadays, they go into the whole thing about shock and disbelief, right? When you are in shock because you're not able to see very well and you were just told that you're going to go blind, the way it happened with my retinitis pigmentosa, and it happens and continue happening to people, right? Especially nowadays that we are getting a lot of people losing their sight at age 50, 55, 60 because of macular degeneration, among other eye conditions, right? You just can't believe that is happening. And then we go into the whole denial stage, right? We can't believe that this is happening. We don't want to believe it. And then we go to the next one, the next stage. Bargaining, right? Bargaining stage. After we got all upset and angry, and we are going every month, to get those eye injections, and you're having surgery, and you're going to shamans, the way my mom took me to some, and she's, you're drinking a lot of carrot juice, like the way she used to, and she would believe everyone, like if you give Anna this and that, she's gonna get better. She gave me almost raw liver. She would cook that liver for a whole year. Oh my gosh, I hate liver. And she used to give me that, and oh my gosh, she was into the whole bargaining stage. And a lot of people spend a lot of time doing this. My retina specialist tell me that a lot of people, they come to see him, and my ophthalmologist have told me this, that she goes, Anna, you are one of the very few patients that I have that your cornea and optic nerve is very healthy. But why? It goes because people just keep going to getting injections, to doing surgery, to doing this and doing that, and they have done even 30, 35 surgeries. I know when it's necessary, you have to. But very often you just do it during the bargaining stage. You're bargaining, trying to find the cure. And what happens? They just destroy your eye, and then when there is cure, or there will be cure. I'm serious. I have hope. They already destroy your cornea, your optic nerve. They did holes, damage. And oh my gosh, after, then you just realize that there is no cure, and you get very angry, sad. You just kick and throw, just fight the way I did. I got very angry. I got very angry at the world, at mom, at dad, at everyone. I did not want to talk to anyone, and I was very upset. And then you just fall into depression, the way it happened to me. For years, I was depressed. I'm serious. I was very depressed. I thought I just, wanted to die at age 19 and 20. And it's like when you think everyone is looking at you, and you're young, right? I was very, very depressed. I didn't want to eat. I stopped eating for 2 weeks. Didn't want to drink. And the only person that I would talk to was my auntie, my favorite auntie, who is the one that she's like my mom. She is. And then, as I mentioned in my video about hope, you still, deep inside you still hope. You still have hope that, it's going to get better, that there is a solution, right? And if you have a support system, someone to support you, and you have help, you start looking around. And for Anna, she continued being depressed, taking antidepressants, 10 milligrams of antidepressants for years while she was doing her bachelor's degree. Yes, I was taking antidepressants just to function, just to go through school. And I was working, and I would push myself to just keep going, right? And then you still angry because you're depressed. I'm serious. And then you realize that people care, and they don't care. People, they have to go on with their life, and you get more upset about it. And then you use that anger to say, you know what? I'm going to show them that I can do it, right? For me, I used that anger and to help myself. I did. I started doing things just because I was angry to show them that I could do it myself. And then I realized that I could do things myself. And then I started looking around, and I saw Woody with his guide dog, and then I saw people with their cane, and I learned about other blind people and how they were traveling. They had degrees and they were working, and I go like, maybe there is, I contemplated. I go like, maybe I still have options, right? And then after that, that's when everyone talks about the acceptance. For me, I adapted. I did. I do not accept the blindness because the blindness is an illness. It's a condition. Otherwise, you would not go to the doctor. You would not be taking injections. You would not be taken to the doctor when you were little. Even for the ones that were born. Very often, you go like, my gosh, my mom was given a medication and I was born blind, right? My mom was given medication when she was pregnant, blah, blah, blah. Got cancer in my eyes, on and on and on. That's an illness. The normal thing is to have eyesight, functional eyes, right? Having those 5 senses that everyone talks about, which in reality we have about 20 or more, by the way. One of my biggest extra senses is imagination, right? What would I do without my sense of imagination? Nothing. Oh my gosh. But I know that many people have told me like, oh, I'm not sick. I'm not sick. I never said that you're sick. I just said that the eye condition, the blindness, is not normal. It's a condition. It's an eye condition, right? I accept that I'm not able to drive. I accept that I'm not able to do a lot of things because of the blindness, like filling out a form, like being able to see, with my physical eyes, right? What I do accept is that adapting was the way for me, right? The evolution theory and evolution has proven humans and has showed us that the way humans and animals have been able to evolve is through adapting for centuries, for years, for thousands of years. We animals and humans, we have adapted. And for me, I have adapted to the disability in that, I went from being so depressed and then going through all those, stages and going into the whole white denial syndrome. Oh my gosh. And then I learned to adapt, and with, hoping that everything would be better with help. I always have an angel anywhere I go. Any job that I have had, school, any degree, I always have an angel at school. So with that support, I was able to see that I could do it, and then I adapted. I continue adapting every single day. Because when you are blind, like my friend Woody used to say, you have the blindness with you 24/7, and it is mentally tiring. It is. And the more you stay in those stages, the more sick you are getting, not only, with the blindness, but you start getting emotionally stressed, and stress is the worst thing that could happen to your body, right? Like my ophthalmologist was telling me, or my retina specialist was telling me, a lot of blind people that come to see him, they have fibromyalgia. Why? Because of the stress, the emotional stress, right? And this is people that they say they have accepted it. It's okay if you have not accepted. Talk about it, Talk to someone like Anna, talk to someone that is able to understand. And for those who are born totally blind, I know this is not the case for every single one, but very often we hear this argument going between the one that went blind, or the ones that still have low vision, and the ones that are born blind. No, it's this way. No, it's this way. No, you should accept it. And the ones that are blind, what are they going to accept if they never had it? I totally understand, right? Whenever you see someone depressed, someone that was born blind, they go like, oh, it's because she or he has not accepted. What are they going to accept if they never had it? Now, we also see that some people that they were born totally blind, arguing that we are depressed and that we have not accepted, that it's better to have been born blind. And I go, oh my gosh, we are diverse, just like any humans out there. We are different, we are unique. There are no two Annas, there are no two Tonys or whoever. We are different, we are unique. So let's let each other be, right? For us who have like me, I have a very simple YouTube channel. You guys know that I don't have many views, but I do have many questions and comments by email, by Facebook, my fan page, book, WhatsApp, and I respond. I wish I would have more views, but if I'm able to help with my responses and my blogging helps, and my points of view in my rooms on Clubhouse, I'm more than happy to share. Now, I respect each one of your experiences. They are valid, right? Whatever you want to call it, as long as you are happy and you are independent and you are just doing whatever you want and you're able to do, that's it. That's it. For me, I call it adapting. I have adapted, and I continue adapting every single day, because for me, the blindness is with me 24/7, and I have to adapt, right? Like when I get lost, I go like, okay, I stop and I reassess. Okay, which way should I go, right? And then I find the way, I find the door, and it's like, oh my gosh, I don't get upset anymore. And then I just, I accept that I'm not able to drive, and I adapt to a taxi. I adapt to all those apps for the blind. I adapt to the white cane, to the guide dog, and anything that I can use to function, right? And I don't believe what my dad says. Anna is the little sick. No. When they say she is the little sick, like in those cultures that they call us, we are the little sick. It's like if they think that because we're blind, we're like sick in the head, like we're not able to process or function. We are able to function regardless of or whether or not we went blind later in life. You went blind when you were little, or you were blind, right? Accepting or adapting, however you want to call it, for me, I do not accept that. I adapt to it, because adapting makes a huge difference, right? You can just accept it and just stay at home and don't do anything, right? It's easy to say like, oh, okay, I accept my blindness, I'm fine. But then if you don't adapt to everything, all the changes, and you're able to expose yourself out there, I don't know if that's really helping you much. Now, if you say you accept it and you're just adapting as well, even better, right? Anyway, hope you have a little bit of insight in this video. If you have any comments, questions, that would be great if you can share here on my video. And if you know anyone who speaks Spanish, tell them about me, everything about me, And yeah, I'll see you in my next YouTube video, and hopefully you'll watch my video about the concept of hope, which has made a huge difference in my life, and I believe that makes a huge difference in every single person out there, even bad people, evil people, or yeah, not very kind people. Anyway, I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Bye.